was, it's like the best money I've ever spent on my business.
Overwhelming amount of information, but such good information in every single minute.
Well, it's been awesome. It's been like nothing else. Intensive, hardcore training.
Well, even for somebody like me who's in the other side, in the wholesale end of business, I thought it was really lovely. Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it. I think the length of time was perfect. You get a lot in.
Oh, this program was great. A lot of education, really got a lot of great things to take home.
And there's a lot of fruitful things that we've taken away that will just go right to our bottom line.
It's a no-brainer, because what do you have got to lose? A few $100, $1,000, $2,000, but it's worth it. Too much knowledge, and then the new technology it's out there, and the group of people, they share everything. They're not hiding.
Do it now. Don't wait. You're missing out on so much potential, and potential that I didn't even realize was there. You won't regret it, not at all.
The information's priceless.
And it's fun.
It seems like when I go to a marketing event, I come home with all the marketing ideas. When I go to a sales event, I come home with all the sales ideas, and they tend to kind of push each other out a little bit in focus. And working from a store that needs to focus on both immediately, it is nice to come here and have the opportunity to be reminded back and forth between the two and how to make the two mesh together.
At the end of the day, we feel like we just throw things at the wall and see what sticks. And then there's also the fact that you've brought up a lot of things that we're like, wow, didn't even think of that. Or we can take what we've used in the past as marketing that hasn't worked and just change a few things, and then it's going to really take effect.
Where we did exercises and actually worked on pieces. I think that was my favorite part and probably the most unique part of it. And I think that made it the most enjoyable.
I've enjoyed it. It was a really good kick in the pants for me. It was a way of getting started, getting back into looking at what I've not been able to understand before it. So in terms of marketing, I now believe I've got a partner in marketing, and it's been a mystery to me before that.
How does it compare with other events and trainings and seminars and things like that you've been to in the past?
Well, looking back on them now, at that time they felt good, but now it's like they just glossed over things, or whatever you learned at the seminar, it was very superficial. This one, I mean, I've taken the most amount of notes since I have since high school. So.
I love the follow-up because I'm sure I'm like most people that you're very excited when you're here and you're going to do all these things, and then you get home and you have questions, or you're not sure, how do I do this, or how do I get started, or I didn't quite understand what they meant by this. So having that follow-up after is going to be extremely helpful for me.
Because what ends up happening is at times once we go back, probably we think about implementing it and then we just kind of forget all about it. This helps us actually stay on focus, and you're there to follow up with us to make sure that we're actually on the program as opposed to just forgetting about it and not doing anything.
Well, I don't think anything works without follow-up, and you guys are really there to support us, so it's exciting.
Huge. I mean, otherwise people are going to leave and they're not ever going to do anything with the knowledge. And I know that you are great at follow-up, so I know that you're going to do it.
First, it was fun. It was difficult not feeling overwhelmed with all the information. Tons of information, stuff I can use the first day I walk back into the store, stuff I can work with on my way home.
We've been in business for 90 years, and I've learned really quickly that that doesn't mean that you have all the answers. So a weekend like this, I walk away with a lot of new material and many different ways to improve a business. Even though one of the biggest for me was the need to wow every person, and not just on the sales floor, but in marketing. We kind of gotten just lazy. I mean, we've done things that we think work and done things that looks good, but they weren't wow, they weren't amazing, and they weren't being tracked and turning a profit. And so that's a big change for us.
I've attended a lot of shows and a lot of different education, and this has by far been the most comprehensive, the most informative, and I think the one that's going to make us the most money when we return to the store.
things I would never have considered doing on my own, and things that I thought I was doing very well with, but are not really producing for me, that I need to let go of and have as a replacement.
I've worked with Shane Decker for over a decade, and this is a great matchup to have him and you together in the same room, same time. A lot of things to learn here.
And I'm glad that we found out about this this seminar and this boot camp. And if you get the opportunity, please go for it before your competition does.
I'd recommend it to anybody.
I would highly recommend it because this definitely opens up your eyes. You've been doing things, I've been doing this for like 18 years now. This opens up your eyes and doing things in a different way that actually might be more effective.
There's nobody else out in the industry that can take us by the hand in such a manner as to break it down, give us the dynamics of what marketing is all about, and the tools to make it work.
If anyone is planning to come, it's unbelievable.
Well worth the money. You're already investing in your own business. Might as well invest the correct way and come out and try it. Definitely.
It's a total change, a total shift to stop being a jeweler and start being a marketer, start thinking of leadership, and it will revolutionize the way you do your business. It'll turn you from just being that guy on the block to that guy on the block that everybody knows and talks about and wants their kids to get stuff from.
I would say that it is definitely well worth the money, worth the travel, most importantly to me, well worth finding a way to take the time out of your business.
If you're even thinking about it, you should go ahead and just do it now because it's going to be incredibly beneficial for you.
It's a necessity, an absolute necessity. Best spent money of the year.
Great.